All right, weekly outlook. It's 9 a.m. EST, so the Monday New York session is about to start. And as always, let's go over the news first, and then we'll go over the watch list. We're gonna make it fast, direct, and very reliable. So let's go dive right in. If you want to receive an actual framework of how I create this weekly outlooks, make sure you watch to the end because I will give you the framework there. Cool. Monday. We already have some red folders here on Euro and GBP, and we also have coming up a USD red folder. But as you see, it's a light news week. We have seen more bigger news weeks, AUD CPI, GP CPI, but the rest is not very impactful. So let's dive into the actual chart. And what I see here is a massive weekly bearish for value gap. So I'm expecting this to happen for DXY, first higher, then lower. So once we are more into this weekly bearish value gap, I'll be looking for lower DXY, that means higher USD pairs. So for example here, on Euro US dollar, I'm expecting this to happen. Same for GU, same for the USD pairs. USD pairs first lower then higher. Cool. Then for JPY pair. For JPY on the monthly, it looks like we want to go higher, but short term it looks like lower. So I'm not gonna be very stubborn here. I'm gonna trade for lower JPY. That means higher JPY crosses. So here from this daily fair value gap and the order block, I'm aiming for lower prices. It means low hanging fruit is last Monday here. So that means for JPY pairs, I want higher. We now need daily bullish for value gaps. So let's see if we can displace from there. And then for the indices. For indices, we moved away from the weekly bullish for value gap as expected in the last weekly outlook. I'm bullish on the indices. So for this week, I'm anticipating this to happen. I'm just going to continue to the upside. I think with the quantitative easing and the rate cuts that coming in May, I think we will see a bullish stock market coming in very soon. Low-hanging fruit targets, I would say this weekly bearish for value gap is nice as a low-hanging fruit target for early in the week. ES same, YM same. Took a trade last week on YM, that's not very nice. Got stopped out. TP by 1 point or by a few points. Back to stop loss, and then to the DV. It happens. It happens. Happens to me as well. So we got turtle soup here before the actual move. Then for the German index, we are in between a daily bearish and bullish value gap. So I'm neutral on the DAX, but because we are very bullish, I'm okay with taking longs. If price presents, but short term is still shorts, so quite neutral. Same on the UK 100. We have a monthly bullish for value gap, so potential monthly internal to external. And from the monthly we go to the daily, and from this point we are right now, at time of recording is 9 a.m. EST on Monday. We could potentially see high price coming in if we want to go back to the high from March 3rd. Cool. Then the USD pairs were discussed. First lower, then higher is my bias on that one. Then for Euro, NTD, this looks to me like a weekly internal to external. We moved away here from this weekly 50% of your value gap, overlapping a daily fair value gap. So I think we can go higher on Euro NTD. Same for GP NTD. Internal to external. So we could already see this happening today already. From this value gap to the upside. Could be a nice play. So GP NCD for early in the week. Pretty nice. Then Euro AUD. Similar. For value gap tap. Just like GP AUD. Internal to external. Last week already took a trade on GPAUD. This one was a nice trade to the highs. But I think we can just continue the up move on the AUD. Then USD CHF, we have that lower bias on DXY. And with lower bias DXY, I have a lower bias on USD CHF. How I want that to form, ideally, would be first higher, then lower. And it would resonate with a move like this on the weekly SIBI to then go lower. So once we are there, I'm going to look for entries. It will be pretty nice. Same for Euro CHF, lower prices. Low hanging fruit for Euro CHF would be this weekly bullish fair value gap. Reaction from the weekly bearish fair value gap, so the shorting towards here. Getting a nice, what is it, like 40 points in, 50 points in would be nice. And also NTD CHF, I think this one looks the prettiest of all. Look at here, weekly bearish fair value gap. And there we have fair value gap 1, order block, fair value gap 2, order block. And now we are creating a structure, so this looks pretty nice. So GPAUD and NTD-CHF look for me very nice early this week. Then for JPY pairs, we already discussed that. Short-term lower bias on JPY. It's on a neutral side, but I'm slightly bearish on JPY, respecting this daily SIBI. But again, I am not too convinced of JPY, so please see this as a low probability. So low probability longs. And then finally, gold and silver. Well, we are now inside a daily bullish fair value gap. We took that on Monday or on Friday. So we could just continue the up move. Keep in mind, let's remove the indicators here. There we go. We have a weekly bullish fair value gap here and also overlapping with a bullish order block. So it could be a drawn liquidity already this week. But until then, I'm just bullish on gold. I'm not gonna too hard gonna short this because it's very bullish still. But keep in mind, if it goes lower in the week, this is your place to look for longs to the upside. Weekly fair value gap order block. Same with silver. Weekly order block here, but on the daily it looks quite clean here. We have a fair value gap here, daily fair value gap. What the down close candle that traded to a fair value gap is the bullish order block. We tapped it on Friday. So also here will be open for a move to the highs. Want to see structure forming there first. Doesn't look like too great of a structure right now, but that will be my bias for silver. So for early in the week, I would say the indices look nice. They're moving away quite aggressively already. You know the point of interest now. I would say GPAUD looks pretty nice from the weekly internal to external. And I would say the CHF pairs, especially NCD CHF, that looks like art to me. This looks like my favorite model, and let's see if it's going to continue with it. That's for the weekly outlook. If you join the school group, in the school group, I share the exact framework how I make this weekly outlook, so you now know the list. But maybe it's good to also understand how to make this list. If you want to know how, go to the school group, go to the pin post there. And yeah, have an amazing trading week. See you all on Wednesday during the live trading, during the live stream. And of course, a new mentorship video coming out about order blocks. So have an amazing trading week and see you later. Bye-bye.